beautiful, and thank you for clicking on today's video. I've had some form of a capsule wardrobe for a really long time now, but unlike what I feel I see most people with capsule wardrobes have on the internet, mine is quite different. For one, it's more than 33 pieces. For two, I have more color than what I see most people's capsule wardrobes consisting of, and I also, instead of having one capsule wardrobe that encompasses my entire wardrobe, I have a bunch of mini capsules for the different aspects that I need clothing for in my life. If you want to see some of those videos, I will have them linked down below. For those of you who have messaged me over the time that I've been making content about this on the internet, saying that I've been able to help them with their capsule wardrobe or organizing and decluttering in general, I am so happy to have helped you. Additionally, what I get asked about from time to time is in regards to shoes with your capsule wardrobe specifically, so I'm hoping today's video can help alleviate some of those questions and pondering thoughts on the subject. Number one on the list is gym shoes / junk shoes. Now for me, in my personal wardrobe, these pair of shoes are the same thing. But gym shoes can be used not only at the gym, but also for gardening, hiking, camping, or any other life messy type adventures that you may be thrown. Life has a way of sometimes being messy, and I think it's important to have a pair of shoes for these type of occasions when they might come up. For me, in my life, my gym shoes are dual purpose as my gym shoes / junk shoes, walking the dog, gardening, etc. Because my gym shoes can be washed in the washing machine, making them dual purpose. But for you, this may be one pair of shoes, or two, or more, depending upon your need in this category. Number two on the list is some sort of a boot, whether it's a rain boot, a winter boot, or a nice leather boot. It's my opinion that having boots is essential if you live anywhere with wind, rain, or snow, which is pretty much everywhere on planet Earth. For me personally, I have two pairs of boots. I have a short pair of black leather boots and a tall pair of black leather boots. And instead of having a rain boot, a winter boot, a nice dress boot, a short boot, a tall boot, I've made these boots dual purpose for me by selecting boots that have enough tread to be worn in the snow, and then also making sure that I waterproof the leather so that they're good in the snow and the rain. I take them to the cobbler every year to have them sealed and have that waterproofing redone, and this works really well for me in my wardrobe. However, if you live somewhere where you're in more snow and more rain, you may need to differ your boot choice. Number three is some sort of a flat shoe. This can be a ballet flat, a loafer, or an Oxford, depending upon your lifestyle and also your fashion preferences. But in my opinion, having some sort of a flat shoe that's not a sneaker, more of an elevated flat shoe, is an absolute must. They can be dressed up, they can be dressed down, they're really good to pack for travel, and they can be worn in a variety of outfits for a variety of scenarios and situations. They're comfier to walk in than a heel, but more stylish than most sneakers are. And I also personally feel like if you're gonna do some kind of a statement shoe, doing it in the form of a flat is best because you're going to wear it more often than you probably would a heel. Number four on the list is a casual sneaker / street sneaker. Now this is gonna be different from a flat and also very different than that gym shoe junk sneaker that we talked about in number one. This is gonna be more like your Converse, your Vans, your Keds, or your nice white leather sneakers. With fashion globally leaning more and more casual every year, I really think having a dressed up sneaker or a street sneaker, street shoe is a great option when something like an Oxford, a flat, or a heel feels too dressed up, but you don't want to wear your junky gym shoes with your outfit because it kind of kills the vibe. These type of shoes gravitate really well to outfits like t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, things that are generally more casual. And if you're like a street style person and that's what your style naturally gravitates to, you'll probably opt to have more than one pair of shoes in this category. They look a little bit nicer than the junky shoe. They're definitely a little bit more elevated and a little bit more intentional, but they're still very casual, going well alongside those type of outfits. Having an elevated sneaker can make any outfit look more intentional. Next on the list is some kind of a sandal. Similar to a flat, sandals come in many different colors, many different options. They can be dressed up, dressed down, made to be a basic piece, or or a statement piece with ease. But in my opinion, having some sort of an open-toed sandal is an absolute must in a summer wardrobe. A few years back, I actually got rid of all of my sandals because I didn't think I was really a sandal person, and I realized very quickly that particular summer that there were many days where I feel like I needed a sandal. So I went out and I bought one, and now I do have one pair of sandals that goes with all of my summer outfits. And now I can confidently say that a sandal is probably a must in most people's wardrobe. Next on the list is some sort of a dress shoe. For me, this is in the form of a heel, which is why it's separate from all of the other categories. However, if you want, you can combine categories and have your dress shoe also be your flat or your sandal. I personally like heels. I think that they make a look more elevated, more dressy, and more intentional when the occasion calls for it. However, with that being said, I only have one pair of heels in my closet because that's what my lifestyle currently yields to. For that reason, I have chosen a pair of heels that I personally feel are the most versatile pair of shoes you can have in the form of heels, or at least in my closet, and I will be showing them to you along with all of my other shoe collection, or all of the rest of my shoe collection, at the end of this video. Next is for my hikers, bikers, swimmers, kayakers, etc., and that is the utility shoe. This is a shoe that is typically used for a very specific purpose, whether it's a clip-on shoe that clips into your Peloton, or if it's a pair of water shoes that you only wear when you go kayaking, or a pair of steel-toed boots that you use on the job site. Whatever it may be, these are a very specific shoe that often only hold one real purpose, but they are very much a necessity for the activity that you're trying to do with them. You can't really play baseball without a baseball cleat, but you don't really want to wear a baseball cleat to Trader Joe's. So sometimes your lifestyle and your activities of choice will yield needing more shoes, and that's what this category is for. It is the utility shoe for any sort of one specific purpose you may have, the uni-use of the shoes, if you will. For me, this is in the form of my hiking boots and my water shoes. I have a pair of water shoes that kind of live with my hiking gear that I use when I go to the lake or the river or whatever. And then I have a pair of hiking boots that I only wear hiking. Realistically, I could technically also wear them as my winter boots, but in my opinion, they're ugly, so I only wear them hiking because I need them for that purpose. And then the very last category, I think, is only going to be a category for like 50% of you, because most of my audience is American, and most Americans wear their shoes in the house. But if you are anything like me and you have a strict shoes-off household, having a pair of run-out-of-the-house shoes is a really good idea. Whether it's just the little sandal that you throw on to go grab the mail or walk your dog, or the little slipper that you put on to shovel the snow in your driveway. For me, I have two pairs. I have one pair of slides that I got for free from like Victoria's Secret a long time ago when you spend $75 or whatever. And I use those in the summertime for running over to my neighbor's house, or running to get the mail, or walking my dog, or really simple things like that where you just need to step out of the house for a second, and putting on a full sneaker or a full sandal is really kind of not the move. And then I also have a pair of like short fake Ugg slippers that I use for that same purpose, but in the winter time. Now for me, because of my lifestyle and my shoes off household, these shoes are really a must. I mean, technically I could get by without them, but they are such a point of convenience that I feel like they're a must. And I don't want to annex them from my capsule wardrobe simply because they're like this extra thing that not everybody would need, because I very much need it. So if you're anything like me, the run out of the house shoe is pretty essential. All right, so now that I have shared with you my broad categories of what I think you absolutely need in your capsule wardrobe, you can decide for yourself what your lifestyle is, what your fashion style is, and how many of these shoes in each category you need. But for a point of reference, I will share my current shoe collection with you in addition to the shoes that I'm going to get very soon to kind of round out my capsule shoe wardrobe. Right now, I actually have quite a few shoes that aren't perfect, but I'm kind of waiting for them to die before I replace them with better options, which I recommend you do too if you can. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the shoes that I own. We are gonna jump to vlog style for this section of the video because I have shoes kind of littered all around my house depending upon the season. The winter shoes are currently downstairs, summer shoes are currently up. You get the picture. So let me show you first what's in my closet. Okay, so you remember when I said that I have one pair of sandals that go with everything? That's these. These are Birkenstocks, but they're a lot more stylish than the normal looking Birkenstocks in my opinion. They're a neutral color that I feel like goes with everything, and I really mean everything. I feel like this nude color goes better with everything than like black or brown sandals do. And for that reason, they are my only pair. I bought them because they're very comfortable, which sandals historically have not been for me. And I wore them all through Europe for like 3 weeks, and they were great. Next here is my one pair of heels, and you might start to see a theme. I feel like nude for me is a better neutral than black and brown, because there are certain times where I feel like black doesn't go, and certain times where I feel like brown doesn't go, but I've never really felt that about nude, so this is my one pair of heels. I used to have a lot more heels when I worked in corporate America, but since my lifestyle switch, just the one pair for special events works out really well for me. These ones were really specific because I was really specific when selecting them, knowing they'd be my only pair. I wanted a pair of skinnier heels that are shorter. I wanted them to be in a matte leather, and I wanted them to be this almond toe, which, believe it or not, was the most difficult feature to find, but I found them and I intend to keep them for a very long time. Next here we have my gym shoe slash junk shoe combo. These shoes I do use at the gym. The way that they're designed, they're good for running, but they're also good for weightlifting. Additionally, they are my junk shoes that I wear camping, sometimes hiking, depending on the hike, not usually, running around in the backyard, whatever it might be. They go in the wash, they get washed, they come out clean, and then they can be used again. So for me, that's the one pair in that category. As I said before, I have 2 pairs of leather boots. One of them is a shorter pair. This is an old pair of riding boots from when I used to ride horses, and they're just really well made, so I've been wearing them until they kind of die. Personally, this isn't the style of short boot that I would want, but they are the style of short boot that I have for now, and they work well enough. They're cute enough to go with most of my outfits and not like make me feel uncomfortable wearing them, because they're not like ugly, they're just not exactly what I'm going for. But I do intend to replace them with a different pair of short black boots at one point. Additionally, I have this pair of tall black boots that I got on ThreadUp quite recently as I've been sort of rebuilding my fall and winter capsule wardrobe. These tall boots are good with jeans and also dresses during the winter months. They're more stylish than anything else, but they can be worn in the snow because they have been waterproof. Next, I wanted to share my flats with you, and this is kind of interesting because I don't technically have a flat, even though I want a flat, but what I do have are these little booties. These are in a color that go with most of my wardrobe, and I wear them in the summer exclusively because of like the holes in them. But what I would like to one day replace these with is a pair of like cute, maybe Oxford, I'm not sure exactly, but a cute pair, let me put those down, a cute pair of summer flats, and then a pair of like mini Uggs as my winter flat. So that's what I'm looking to replace them with, but for now that's all I have, and it's serving me well enough for now. Next, in the form of the street sneaker, I also currently don't have anything in this category, and I felt the lacking of a street sneaker pretty much all summer long and also during most of the fall months this year. What I would like to get is some sort of a white leather sneaker. I feel like that a white leather sneaker would go with literally everything. Haven't purchased it yet because I haven't found the one that I want to buy, but that is the sort of vibe that I'm going for. So eventually I will have one pair of those street sneakers. But like I said before, you can probably have more than one pair depending upon your lifestyle and style preferences. Next on the list, in the category of utility shoes, I have 2 pairs. I have 1 pair of hiking boots and also 1 pair of water shoes. I'm not going to show you the water shoes because they're at the bottom of my camping stuff, but they're just like cheapo water shoes from Amazon. These are my hiking boots. They're great, and as far as hiking boots go, they're like cute for hiking boots. They're just not cute for every day. The brand is Timberland. They're waterproof, good in summer, but also good in winter because they're waterproof. Great hiking boots, have never done me wrong. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you is the category of running out of the house shoes. For me, I have 2 pairs. One pair is here. They were a free gift with purchase from Victoria's Secret many, many years ago, and they work well for the task that I need them to provide. They don't really have to go with my outfits or really be aesthetic in any way. They've held up well, and they're great. And I also have a pair. They're currently in the washing machine, so I can't show them to you, but it is a short pair of like black fake Uggs that I got on Amazon. For a while, I was just using those sandals as my one and only run out of the house shoe. And it came up enough times where I would think to myself, damn, like I wish I had a pair of little mini Uggs that I could just throw on and run out of the house because it's freaking cold out. That happened enough times that I did decide to get a pair of run out of the house winter shoes, even though that may feel kind of excessive, but for me it was definitely a need. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys in building and curating your capsule wardrobes. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite pair of shoes? I'm curious to know if you guys are heel girlies or sneaker girlies or flat girlies or guys. I have more than just girls, but my audience is mostly female, so I'm talking to the girlies, I guess, because I relate to you more. Anyway, I will see you in a couple days with another video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you're not already, and with all that being said, bye!